Hi guys, Rosstafa here, and I'm here with a new video of a game called Evolve, which you've probably seen advertised all over the place at the moment. Basically, this is an asymmetrical shooter in which one team plays 4 hunters, and the other is a single player playing a monster. As you can see in this video, I'm playing the monster, and the general gist of it is that as a monster, you have to survive, try and evolve by killing, eating local wildlife. As you can see here, that blue bar, that's the one that's on me, that's like how much energy I have left to evolve to the next stage. And there's 3 stages for every monster. Currently there's 3 monsters playable, with 1 more coming out soon, and more coming in future patches. This one's called the Goliath. And see, I'm currently at stage 1, so I'm not even going after the hunters, because at stage 1 you're still somewhat vulnerable and you don't really want to get caught in combat, because you may very well lose. So your real main objective to start with is to run away from the hunters and try not to get caught. See here, I've been caught out, I've been caught in their trap. So basically this is a portable arena, and I can't get out of that sort of force field there. So I'm trapped here until that force field goes down. So while I do want to sort of, you know, fight back and try not to get let these guys get the better of me, I also can't lose too much health and armor in the process. Also, you can see my health and armor at the top there. So I'm causing a little bit of chaos, but trying not to get too hurt. But you really don't want to try and get into this position when you start. You should try and evade the hunters for as long as possible, and only go after them when you're in stage 3. So, but the good thing is, if you do manage to kill a hunter, or knock them down, every time they get revived and every time they respawn, it reduces their health. So, by killing them, you do make it slightly easier for yourself when you do really go after them in your phase 3. So I've knocked that one down. You can continue smashing them to kill them, but what I've done is I've just basically left him, and they're going to have to either choose between reviving him or chasing after me. So I'm going to try and get some ground between me and them. You can see I'm being a bit clumsy and knocking down trees and shit. You really don't want to do that, because the path of destruction that you leave is going to let the hunters know where you've been. And I'm also trying to jump and sneak as much as possible, because if you just run around, you actually leave footprints they can track. Some wildlife can hurt you. Generally the wildlife that actually can hurt you is the stuff that gives you more energy. So they're the ones you want to go after. So now my blue wheel has filled up, my energy's up, so I can go off, find somewhere and evolve. Now, you have a series of abilities depending on what kind of monster you choose. As the Goliath, I can throw stones at people, I can leap and smash onto them, I can breathe fire, or I can charge. And every time you evolve, you get 3 points to put into these abilities, and each having has 3 points maximum. So if there's one ability you find most useful, you can pump all your points into that and give it the most damage. I'm having a bit of trouble getting up here. So you can see I'm bleeding and stuff. I've lost a bit of health. I really don't want to get into another dogfight like the one I did before. I need to really get some ground between me and the hunters at this point. Then I can start focusing on getting to stage 3. But you really don't want to get into a real firefight before you've got to stage 3, because you're still fairly weak in the first 2 stages. It's not until stage 3, when you've got all your points and your armor and health is maxed out and your damage is maxed out, that you can really look at just completely annihilating the enemy. But you want to try and sneak as much as possible and try and get as much ground between the enemy. You can see there that sort of wave that went out. As for me, you get an ability to smell, and that detects all life forms around you, so you can tell if there's any prey or if there are any hunters nearby. So you should do that intermittently just to keep an eye on where things are. You can see there, I can see all the animals nearby. See, my armor's gradually regenerating now. But the monster does take a lot of care, because you feel very powerful, but you can get killed very quickly if you're careless. So while the temptation is to go in and just smash the shit out of everything, you really can't do that in the first couple of stages. I mean, you can technically win a firefight in the first 2 stages, but it's a lot more difficult. It's not worth the risk. You should just run around, concentrate, involving stage 3 as quickly as possible. So obviously they're getting close, so I'm going to try and circle around them. You'll see there are larger creatures around that you can kill and eat, and they actually give you buffs. But you have to be careful because they do significant damage. So as I said, my main objective at the moment is to get to stage 3. I really don't want to get caught out by the hunters. Once I get to stage 3, then I can start chasing after them. So the Goliath is more the sort of close quarters, smashy sort of monster. It's good all rounder. It's fast enough it can get out of a situation easily enough if it wants to, but it's also pretty strong, can hold its own in heavy fire. The other 2 monsters are the Kraken, which is sort of a ranged flying creature, and the Wraith, I believe, which is quite high damage, but it's more of a quick assault sort of monster. You don't go in and just you can't just deal with the same amount of fire as a Goliath can. It doesn't have the same level of armor, so you really can't afford to get caught as much as you would as a Goliath, for instance. As a Goliath, I can hold my own a lot more than a Wraith can. Whereas a Wraith is all about getting in there, dealing as much damage as possible, and then getting out to let your abilities cool down again. This guy's on his own, so I'm going to try and get him to get knocked down, but again, you don't want to get caught into arena. So now they're all starting to get back up. Now's the sort of time where they're going to drop their arena like they have. And so I've been caught in this situation again, which really isn't ideal, but at least now I'm at stage 2, I can do a lot more damage, I can deal with a lot more fire, so I'm in a better position to defend myself at this point. And now, as you can see, I'm dealing quite a lot of damage now, compared to stage 1. You really want to try and go for the medics first, because basically there's 4 different classes for the humans. There's the medic, the support, the assault, and the trapper, I believe. So the trapper obviously is specialised in containing the monster and putting those arenas down. The medic is obviously there to heal people up, revive them. The support buffs players and debuffs enemy monsters, and the assault is pretty much just shooting the shit out of everything. So I've kind of annihilated the enemy team right now, and basically they can get revived a short time after they get knocked down. So if you carry on punching them, eventually it will just outright kill them. So if you do manage to get them down, it's probably worth doing that. I'm starting to get low on health though at this point, so it's probably not a good idea to stick around for too long. So now I guess I get energy through combat as well, because through doing all that I managed to get enough energy to evolve to my 3rd stage, so I'm going to bust out of there and find somewhere to evolve, and once I've got a bit more health and armor back, I'm going to go back after them hard. But the idea is that they're going to have multiple, a lot of DLC with new monsters, new hunters to play, and new maps and stuff like that. And you know, that's going to change the game up a lot. It's pretty fun so far though. I'm really enjoying playing as a monster. You have to really sort of change your play style depending on which one you choose. So now I'm at stage 3. I've got all my abilities buffed up as I want them, and I can now go after the hunters, but I'm quite low on health, so it's a little bit risky still. However, one of them's not been revived yet, so they're actually 1 man down at the moment. That's the good thing about knocking hunters down and actually killing them, is because I think it's like a 2-minute revive, so you can really mess a team up by putting their medic out of action for 2 minutes or something. But yeah, so far I'm really liking Evolve. I'm going to have another video out soon of the human classes. I'm still getting used to those, still playing them a bit. I've just unlocked the Kraken monster, so I'm going to be playing around with that. I'll probably do videos of the other two monsters, the Kraken and the Wraith. They both have very different play styles, so they it'll be interesting to see how they play with one another, how you have to approach playing them. I've had a little bit of a play with the Kraken, and it's definitely not quite so hardy as the Goliath. And the flying mechanic's a little bit dodgy to get a hold of. But yeah, Evolve's really good. I know there's been a lot of controversy with the DLC about how much of it there is, but honestly, I've not found it a problem. Like, there's plenty of options there. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all. Like, it's not imbalanced because you've not bought, like, you're not disadvantaged because you've not bought certain content. So I'd say that even though it might be confusing, the DLC sort of setup they've got, it's not a bad setup. I've seen much worse. So I do recommend this game if you're interested in it. It's really fun. I'll have another video soon on the human classes. So I hope you enjoyed it, and catch you guys soon. Cheers.